What's going on, players of the internet? We are playing free for all on Scrapyard with the silenced UMP, and I'm Mr. Fitzy. I don't know why I said that. Do I normally introduce myself? I can't even remember if I normally introduce myself. Yeah, let's hope I do. So Scrapyard, it's a pretty small map, and to not get killed that often, it's asking a lot from a player. So straight away, you see me kill this guy, but yeah, you see me move into a corner of the map that's a bit more active to where I was. At the beginning I looked around and I saw nobody, so I thought I'd move to a bit more active place. So I'm going to be sticking around this area until I get my UAV, because then I can start like moving around, knowing where the enemy is, and I can pretty much pick them off from there. So until then I'm playing really defensively just around this area. But you'll see once I get a UAV, I start doing like loops around the map, rings around the map. It's a tactic that mostly everyone uses, but I put like both of them together. Normally people either stay in one area or they go loop around the map, like I said, but I put them together and I just wait for UAV and then I start going around the map, so I know I'm safe. So my other kill streaks are the Harrier and the Pavelo, and the perks are Sleight of Hand, Stopping Power and Ninja Pro. This is like a typical setup for me, so this is like my solid class. Every time I use this class I'm bound to get a decent score, so if you see me use it a lot, that's probably why. I hear people walking around in the plane, but I don't want to just go straight out the front, because on this map, if you go into the middle section, 9 times out of 10 you're going to get killed from somewhere. So you want to stick to going around the sides like I'm doing. I get very lucky here, because I see this guy at the last second, and lucky shooting off the hip hit him a few times, so it knocked his gun off of me. So see, I'm already out of ammo in my UMP, which is pretty much a downer for me, because now I have to stick with the Magnum. I think there's someone on the other side of this claymore, so I'll wait for the Predator missile to hit and then shoot it, so people are more distracted by that. I do often use Scavenger Pro, but I think it's just fine picking up other people's guns. There's a risk about it, because what happens if you can't find another gun, then you're left with nothing but a pistol, or even worse, nothing. So I get a nice 2 kills with the Harrier from like, I don't know, the airstrike of it, I suppose. And I call him my Pavelo. I think the Magnum's got to be my favourite pistol in this game, just because it's like the Deagle from Call of Duty 4, if you look at it in that way. As you see, I picked up another gun because the Magnum was running out of ammo as well now. So yeah, I'm now using a Vector with no sighting or anything on it. See, I'm trying to play really defensively now, because I've got a nice streak going, and I feel at this point that I could get a flawless game. There's people spawning in here, so I'm getting a lot of painkiller. The spawns around this area of the map are terrible. This is why I wouldn't suggest hanging around this area like what I'm doing now. It's really dangerous, because either they can spawn. There's 2 spawns inside the hut next to me. There's one on the other side of the hut, and there's one actually where I'm standing. So I'm obviously cancelling out that spawn now. And with me cancelling out that spawn, that means they've got more chance of spawning other places on the map, which perhaps means they could spawn in that hut next to me more often. You don't really have to put that much thought into it, it's just that I can clearly see watching the video what's going to happen. Yeah, so I ran out of ammo in the Vector as well, and now I'm in a bit of trouble, because I've only got a few bullets left in the Magnum, and I really need to get another gun. You see me not going into the hut behind me to go get a gun from the people I've just killed, because it's dangerous inside there. If I go inside there, I know I'm going to get spawned on, so I think I'll take the longest way around to try and find a gun, and that way I'm more safe. So I see a guy here, and I'm like, oh, I could probably just nip him before he gets past it. And the first time I step into the middle of the map, I really balls it up, and then I end up getting in trouble, but I worked my way out of it quite nicely. You see, once he had shot, I knew where he was, and I knew he would just run after me. That's what you shouldn't do. You shouldn't just run after a kill like that, because it enabled me to think about what I was going to do, quickly loop round him, knife him, and then take his gun. So now I've actually got a gun from it. So yeah, I played that very smart. Ignore the message from that dickhead. Marpo. He's a good man. I called him a dickhead and I said he was a good man. It really made no sense, but yeah. So there's not many kills left in the game, and I've got an ACR, so I'm feeling quite confident because I like this gun. So probably my flaw now is probably me playing a bit too aggressive. As you see, I don't wait for people to come towards me. I start getting drawn towards the red dots, which you shouldn't do in a game, to be honest, unless you know for a fact that you're coming from behind them, so they have no chance of beating you. And this is just horrible shooting. I don't know what I was doing there. Look, that's terrible. I thought I could probably just clip him a few more times through the wall and get a kill, but I ended up wasting more ammo. So now I'm low ammo on this gun as well. I nicked someone's kill though, which is and then I have to switch to the Akimbo Magnums, which are not very good at range, of course, because you can't look down the sight. And then I get spawned on because that guy's got painkiller on the on the kill cam, so he obviously just spawned there, which is probably my fault. You could blame the spawn system, but if I'm going to rush into a room like that, I should at least check it before I go in. So I believe I died on my 23 kill streak then. I think it was a 23 kill streak, and I couldn't get a payback and then get that guy there. And I spot this guy, like I spot his head over the wall, and I've outplayed him. He doesn't know what to do. And then he has a fucking noob tube. I'm sorry, but what's the point? It's such an unfair weapon. If you used it on Call of Duty 4, people would just call you a disgrace. Well, in Guys 5 it's a disgrace, but yeah. And then everyone just uses it on this game, thinking it's alright. Just stop using it, people. And then it'll make the game so much better for me, and I'll be happy. So yeah, there's only two more kills left in the game, and I think it's 2 more. Well, actually, no, it's 3 more. Well, now it's 2 more, and then it's 1 more. And I get those 2 kills, and then I'll finish that guy off, and it's the end of the game. And that's 30 kills, 2 deaths. I'm going to count it as 30 kills, 1 death, because that twat. I'm just going to count it like that. And you lot are going to count it like that, alright? Okay? I've stooped down to threatening my audience, you see. And I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been Mr. Fitzy as usual, because who else is it going to be on my channel? See you later.